Well, hello there, Virgo. How are you? It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are going to be looking at what October has in store for you. So we'll take a look first at the overall energies with the oracle cards, and then we'll go to the tarot for more details. But before we jump into that, we're also going to be taking a look at Libra season. So Libra season started September 23rd. It'll go until October 22nd, but October is a big month because Libra has there's quite a few planets that are transiting the Libra during the Libra season that are going to activate for you your second house of money, value, material security, income, and self-esteem. Okay, so this is going to activate you wanting more freedom or energizing you to go in a new way, to find more balance in your life. Okay, especially in the material world or your sense of self. And now Libra, every sign has, Libras are known for wanting harmony and balance and everything. But, sometimes Libras can also kind of step into that energy of not wanting confrontation, of not speaking up. Okay, because they're worried that somebody may get upset with them. So during this Libra season, Virgo, you may have some relationships where you are wanting to have that conversation. You feel compelled to have a conversation about something to do with money. Okay, so that could be with your boss about wanting to make more money or getting that promotion. It could also be, having a conversation, kind of like looking at, okay, where am I? Where is my money now? And where do I want it to be when I retire? And talking to somebody about, okay, am I saving enough? Are we saving enough? Are we on track? What is it that we want? Conversations that you may sometimes want to put off because you want to keep that balance, okay? Even though you're Virgo, but that Libra energy is here. So we'll take a look at how that may play out for this coming month. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what we have here. All right, you have the Nightingale spirit. Love is all around. Beautiful energy there. And then answering the call, the time is now. I feel like there's something because, this Libra activation that we're having, we have a couple of eclipses in October. They really help us to open up, and especially in your second house, about what it is that you feel that you are being called to do. And there is a sense because Libra is ruled, by Venus. It's that energy of understanding that maybe you want more connection with other people, that maybe you want to have freedom from the sense of working so hard, of understanding that, wait a minute, I want more balance. Libra is all about balance. I want more balance in my life, and perhaps feeling like you're giving too much to either a career or making money. The focus is on that, on the material things, and what you're wanting is to have a better connection, either with the people that are in your life or a better connection. It could be even with, because it is in your second house, of clients or your audience, whoever you kind of work with, wanting a better connection, understanding that the heart-to-heart connection will also help you to bring in the material success that you are looking for. Yeah, really kind of, you have all that glitters underneath. Yeah, kind of like understanding that. I feel like if you are struggling at some point with your material world at this time, wanting more, not feeling like you're being compensated enough, the energy that I have here is that when you concentrate on the connection, the heart-to-heart connection that you have, okay, once again, with your clients, your customers, your audience, whoever you are working with, okay, or trying to connect with on a daily basis, you're going in a new direction. You're looking at things in a different way. You're understanding that because you have the answering the call, okay, that it's, answering the call is not about, oh, I'm doing this for money, right? It's answering the call is, how can I serve others? How can I show up for others? How can I share my light and love with others? What is that heart-to-heart connection that I am wanting. I am being called to create. So instead of focusing perhaps on how many sales you make or how big those sales are, it's about looking at the connection that you're making with your client that will not only help you to have a better rapport with the client, but perhaps, you make the sale, but then you're following up with it and making sure that that person is happy. So you're selling a car, right? You have a rapport. You're asking them questions so that you can sell them the best car for them, right? And you're asking really specific questions. Who's going to be in your car all the time? How far do you drive? That type of thing. Having those connections with that person, getting to know them, having that connection, selling them a car, following up afterwards. Are you happy with the car? Those conversations, those connections, instead of saying, oh yeah, this is a great car. Yeah, oh, that's the one you want. Great. Yeah, here, sign on the dotted line, right? And then taking the commission or whatever and not really thinking about that person again. Okay, I'm kind of like taking the two ends of it, but it's kind of like having that connection with that person, okay? Then when they need a new car or their friend needs a car or their brother needs a car, then they say, hey, call up Virgo. Virgo has, oh my goodness, they really took the time with me. There's something about, I feel like, understanding that you have a lot of love and light to share. It's part of your calling and stepping into that heart-to-heart connection. If you're struggling for right now about perhaps what the material world is showing up with, I feel like you're wanting more balance. It's not just about how much money can I make. It's also this energy of how can I feel more fulfilled in the work that I am doing. So the focus is bringing more balance. It's not like you're saying, I don't want to make money, because, that is a reality. We need money. Money is energy in order to buy things, to buy the experiences that we would like, right? But it's also understanding it's not all about how much money I have. It's also about those connections, because this is in your second house of self-esteem. And think about it. Let's go back to the car. You were the car salesman that just, oh, that's the car you want? Great. And you may know in your own mind that car really, they're not going to be happy with that car for whatever reason. It's too small, it's too big, it's a gas guzzler, whatever, right? But it's kind of, oh, that's a car you want? Great. Okay, here's sign here, right? That you probably don't really feel very good about yourself. You could get the money, right? The commission, but you're kind of like, yeah, So it's kind of like looking at that and saying to yourself, okay, and it's not about talking that person into a car that you think is right for them. It's about asking those questions. A good teacher asks questions. What kind of car do you want? Where are you using this car? How often are you driving in it? All those questions to get to know the person and help them to select the best car for them. In the end, it is their decision which car they buy, but you're connecting. And that is what helps you long term to feel more fulfilled about about your work, have higher self-esteem because you know that you have a better balance. You're making, maybe you might make a smaller commission, but you feel more fulfilled. So there's more of a balance there. So let's take a look at the tarot, because this is interesting. You are going in a new direction. You have two cards, the Fool card. The Fool card is saying, yeah, you know what? I want to go in a new direction. I want to find more balance in my life, whatever that may mean. I want to perhaps feel even more empowered, that I'm aligned with who it is that I want to be, right? That I'm going towards my life purpose. Because we have a victim mentality here. There's something new that you would like to do, but I feel like you can't do it. Like it might drain your finances. You could be saying, and once again, let's go back to the car scenario. If you're the car salesman, you might say, yeah, but Mary Sue, I have to sell 5 cars a day. If I take that much time to get to know them, I'm only going to be able to sell 4 cars a day. And then guess what? I'm going to lose money. I'm not going to be making as much money. But it's about looking at it in a new way. of the long term and saying, if I make these connections with people, they're going to send new customers to me and people are going to be looking for what it is that I have to offer. And that is actually going to make you more money in the long run. So in the short run, you may lose a little bit initially, but in the long run, you will have customers just kind of like coming towards you, wanting you to sell them a car, trusting you. And that's a beautiful energy, right? It's kind of like, but it is. I mean, we all sometimes, if you have your own business, right, you may feel like, well, I really want to have a better connection with my clients, but that means I can't, meet with as many people or whatever. It's kind of looking at the situation and saying to yourself, how else can I look at this? Could you do webinars or seminars or something like that? So you're meeting with more people, you're getting information that you may be putting out one-on-one, right? Could you do that to a group of people in some way? It's kind of like looking at the situation in a completely new way. Yeah, so you have the Queen of Cups, loving yourself enough to wanting that balance and using your intuition. Now look at this. We have the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. For some of you, you have two Fool cards. It could be that you're deciding to leave, okay? You're deciding to leave one situation to go towards another situation that will bring you that sense of having more fulfillment in your life. So if you're the car salesman, right? Your boss may say, no, you can't take all that time with people. We're here to sell cars. And you could be saying, then this really isn't the place for me. I want to go in a different direction, right? Now, I love this, the King and Queen of Wands. It could be that you understand that you may need to work with other people in order to be able to answer the call. Maybe you can't do it all by yourself. You need to bring in other people to help you with this. And that's a beautiful energy, understanding that, yeah, if there's 2 or 3 of us working together, we can meet the needs of more people. It's really a sense of kind of a collaboration. It's not the 3 of Pentacles, but it definitely has that energy to it. Okay, so let's take a look at what your obstacle is at this time. Yeah, you have a deep knowing that you need to move. You need to go in a new direction, okay? But the problem is that it's kind of like you're wanting to follow your heart, but you're holding yourself back from what it is that you really want to do. And I feel because the reason that you're not doing that is because in the short term, you may be losing a little bit of money or time or energy, resources. In the short term, you are going to lose something temporarily, okay, that will help you to have the time and energy, the money to go in a new direction, okay? That new direction is going to take you where you really want to go. But it's kind of like, well, I don't know. Do I really want to take that risk, right? There's a little bit of a risk here. If I change up what I'm doing, I am taking a little bit of a risk and fearing, okay? Fearing that you may lose something in the process, okay? But it's because I feel like in Libra season, you're doing it. We have 2 eclipses. You're kind of like, I've got to go in this direction. It's kind of interesting. They just said to me, these could be the 2 eclipses. So the first eclipse, you're kind of like, yeah, I'm taking that first step, right? Perhaps trying it with one client, trying to make that connection or something. And then the second time, the second eclipse is like, yeah, I'm all in. I've got to go for this because this is what my path is, answering the call. I am meant to go in a different direction. Yeah, you have the Judgment card, okay? And this is the Judgment card, answering the call, understanding that you're holding yourself back. You're holding yourself back for some reason. And I think because the King of Cups is here, You're holding yourself back because you're kind of concerned about the emotional impact if this doesn't work. I think you're really holding yourself back because it could be that you may lose a little bit of money temporarily, but it's really the emotional, situation. It's kind of like, well, how is that going to feel? Right? It's kind of like, how is that going to feel? But look at this. It's your decision. It's deciding to go after what your heart truly desires. It's deciding to listen to your intuition and go in the direction that you know is right for you, even if in the short term, in the material world, it doesn't show up right away. Yeah, this is something where you're making a change, and I'm trying to be kind of honest here about Virgo. You may make a change, and you may not see the benefits of it right away, but the benefits of it long term really increase your sense of fulfillment, your sense of self-esteem, even increases your material wealth because you're bringing in the sense of balance in your life. So let's take a look at what your advice is. Yeah, you have the moon card here. The fears are holding you back. You're not sure. This is a new journey that you're hoping to step on, right? You want to step on a new path, but you're not sure where this path is going to go. It's kind of like you're worried about what is lurking behind the bushes in the forest, right? It's understanding that when you step onto that, this is a little bit of surrendering, of saying to the universe, you know what? I am answering the call. I'm going in a new direction. I'm showing up differently. Okay. And I think that's the big thing. Energetically, you are showing up differently because you want more balance in your life. You no longer want to just focus on the money aspect or the material aspect. You want that sense of freedom from the material world, in a sense that, okay, I'm not making decisions just based on money. I'm making decisions on where I want to go, what is good for me in the long term. Because when you have this exchange, this is the loving exchange that you have between yourself and the people that you are either working with or in your life. This is understanding that love is all around you. And when you share your love, your sense of light and love with others, your heart connection with others, then you are rewarded, okay? It's putting it out there and knowing that you will be rewarded. And I love this because you have joyous fun, understanding that you are stepping into a time where you are really going to love your work. It's not just about how many cars can you sell, right? It's about, oh my goodness, I just love meeting these people, having these connections, helping them find the best car for them. I love it when they have these young kids and I sell them a minivan or whatever. And then, they come back and they bring their child when they turn 16 and I help them with their car. It's kind of like understanding that it's not just about the short term. It is that long-term relationship that you are truly wanting. Yeah, I love this because I feel like you've been holding yourself back from making this change, okay? There's something about you've been holding yourself back because there's something that you've been fearing, but you're healing that fear. You're looking that fear monster in the eye, and it's kind of like, yeah, at the end of the day, right? I can't cozy up to my bank account, right? At the end of the day, my bank account doesn't, do much for me. What I really want is this sense of connection with other people, whether they're family member or clients or whatever. You're understanding that you want to walk away from something or the way that you're showing up in something. It's only the 8 of Cups and you want the 9 and 10 of Cups. And I feel like this is also helping to heal your relationships in other sectors of your life. Taurus had a similar message in that way, that when we work on healing some connections in our life, so say you have some difficult family connections or something, when we heal the connections that even with our clients, right? We start working on those connections. That helps us to heal our own heart. And then it also helps us to heal other relationships in our life. We start showing up in a higher vibration. And when we show up in a higher vibration, we're bringing more of our light and love to that situation or relationship. And therefore, right, we can also heal those other relationships. Wow. Okay, they also are saying that this whole situation is helping you to heal your own sense of self, your self-esteem. And therefore, you're going to have more confidence when you are perhaps around family members that, have depleted your confidence in yourself. You're actually showing up in a different way. And it is going to also help to heal those relationships because of that. All right, so let's pull a soul truth card for you, Virgo. And I do personal readings. So if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Am I letting fear stop me? Yes, we have the fear card here, right? You are allowing fear to stop you because this is something that you haven't tried before. This is looking at a situation that you have in your life and adding love to it. It's really just adding love. Just add love. So are you experiencing a mountain of fear right now? Are you stalling, freezing, or giving up? The juicy secret is that you are the boss of fear. You are unstoppable. But it's up to you to see that by taking action. Today, be brave and do it scared. Choose one fear and move through it. You are in need of a hero. So that is who you will become. Yeah, I love this. I think that what's holding you back is that even you can be concerned. This is definitely about heart-to-heart connections, right? With people that are in your daily life, right? But it's like your customers or people that, are in your daily life. It's the way that you're showing up. It's understanding you're becoming more vulnerable. If you start asking people questions about themselves, you may be concerned at first. Well, yeah, but if I ask them like, who's going to be in the car and how many miles do they drive a month? They're going to think I'm nosy, right? And it's kind of like, no, it's the way that you ask those questions, right? And you can even start with, I'd love to help you find the perfect car for you. Let me ask you a couple of questions so I can give you some good, information that will help you. It's kind of like allowing yourself to be vulnerable enough for people to say, I don't need your help. Right? It's a little bit of that. You can be like, but when you allow yourself to open up to your clients, to open your heart, to listen to them, because communication is, listening and talking. It's a 50-50 thing, right? It's allowing yourself to be vulnerable enough that people will open up to you. You can open up to them. And that is where that heart-to-heart connection really happens. All right. Well, Virgo, I'm going to leave it there. I wish you so much love and light. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.